40 different kinds of mattresses all under one roof here today for you to haul away. If you're looking for a mattress, shop the competition, then come on
Sounds from the
into my store,
90s.
both in Wasilla and Anchorage.
Or sleep without counting sheep and have another night of bliss. Across from the bus barn in Wasilla now is where we is.
Come on, at least he's
Save more
trying.
bucks at the mattress ranch.
Oh, little Oji-chan. That's kinda cute. Yeah, these are not so weird. They're just, they're not advertisement quality. People paid for these? Am I watching? Crazy, can you send me a link instead? I'm kinda lazy right now. Crazy looking. These suck, man. Shut up, French ads.
We may be crazy, but we're not stupid. At Crazy Gideon.
I suck them deep and sell them cheap. If you don't buy from me, we both losing money. Call me before. Drive a little, save a lot. I'm insane.
What the heck?
Sell the merchandise.
That's not expensive.
Wow.
A microwave for
Don't buy from me,
59?
you're crazy.
We may be crazy, but we're not stupid. At Crazy Gideon.
Wait, that was better.
Good morning, John. You and I grew up going to Racks. It was for the days when we'd been good, when Wendy's wasn't good enough, when it was time to split a cookie so soft and gooey that you could push it back together and it would stay that way.
Ice
Racks
cream
was a
and
roast beef place
cookies.
like Arby's, except that it was constantly
No,
undergoing
no.
identity crises and it had no idea what it wanted to be. Mostly in their advertising, they just wanted to make the
burger.
case that they somehow weren't like the other major fast food chains. Here's one of the most successful attempts
This
to
is
do that,
not
implying
odd.
people are oppressed because they can only get one kind of chicken.
Man,
We may be crazy, but we're not
let's
stupid.
see. Crazy Gideon. Jolly Royal Furniture.
Jolly Royal is electrifying the Mid-South with its price shocker
A Royal.
sale. These Jolly Royal 5-piece dinettes are only $1.99. You heard right, $1.99 for any of these 5-piece dinettes.
They're not expensive. Why furniture is so expensive
Three
now?
tables is only $1.99. That's right, 3 matching tables.
3
each style
tables?
for a frightening $1.99.
This is a steal. Look at that.
Jolly Royal, where the savings are shocking.
It's not Zoomer attention span. What? No, I was interested. Oh my god. Oh, such a good price. They're like $1,000 now. Dobbs Ford.
Through Sunday at Dobbs Ford, over 100
Wait,
conversion vans
all
from
the
GR,
aesthetic is so
707 and Mark
cool.
III, up to $1,000 customer
Like
cashback,
VHS.
discounts up to $5,000.
Can't hear anything. They're so
Superthon Save
muffled.
Bash 93.
Sound quality is
Full-size new Mark III
awful.
conversion vans loaded with equipment. Superthon priced at just $18,988. Factory reps will be on hand to assist in your van selection.
What?
Nightly till the last customer leaves. Sunday noon till 6. It's Superthon 93 through Sunday at the Memphis region's #1 volume sales leader in Ford cars and trucks. Dobbs Ford, Mount Moriah and I-240.
Can't understand anything. Don't know if their accent is weird or the quality is awful. I was interested in old furniture. No, what is it? Furniture and no ads. Don't furniture frog on the couch commercial. What the heck?
Good news for people that have credit problems. Norton Furniture is here for you. Now, seriously, if you can't get credit in my store, you can't get credit anywhere. My
Credit?
name is Mark. You can
What
count
is
on it.
credit?
Hey, gang! Whoa! Hey, group, what's all the racket? My dude, I saw you get that
This
movie
man
down
keep
there.
following me.
1660.
This was the ad. What? What was that about? What are they selling? I thought the ads are supposed to sell you something. What? They used to wait. They buy everything on credit. So they take something from the store and then they pay later. Wait, how does credit work? Is that how it works? No. Old. Okay, let me watch this. Maybe I'll find something that suits me. Credit cards? Isn't that how it works now?
Now everyone's getting in on the action of Game Boy. You get portable excitement, stereo.
Isn't that what we have now? A credit card? I can't hear anything. It's max volume.
Lets you challenge a friend. It's like Child's Play for grown-ups. Game Boy from Nintendo.
Oh my god, as for Nintendo Game Boy.
Portable power.
Can you imagine how excited they were when they came out?
To use the newest, most advanced business computer in the world.
It's not a credit card. On old PCs. Yeah, you're welcome.
If you know how to point,
Debit
you already know how
cards.
to use it.
Maybe it's the same and we just call them credit cards.
Computer for the rest of us.
But yeah, it's a card. You pay stuff with it. You put money in it.
The real genius of Macintosh, Apple's newest personal computer, isn't its 32-bit microprocessor, or that it captures the power of a mainframe on a board 10 by 10 inches, or even that it costs half as much as computers half as powerful.
I can't
hear. The real genius of Macintosh is that you don't have to be a genius to use it. Macintosh, the computer for the rest of us.
The doctor will see you now. Let the doctor of the future give you his Panasonic
Credit is only okay. Well, I guess it's a debit, but why we call them credit cards?
Turns your brain around. Next is group prescriptions unleash a power that changes the future of human sound. Make your next appointment with Panasonic to examine.
Well, it's the same. One of them can go negative and the other cannot, right?
It's more sophisticated, yet less complicated. It's more powerful, yet less cumbersome.
Okay,
it can
well.
store vast amounts of yesterday.
Credit.
Or tell you what's in store for tomorrow. It can draw a picture, or it can draw conclusions.
I want an old PC. I want to buy one of these.
It's as easy to use as this. Macintosh, the computer for the rest of us.
Is what?
Introducing Macintosh.
Is it sponsored? Wait, all of them are just Macintosh.
Fletcher,
Are you trying to actually sell it to me?
Great, JT. I need it tonight.
But JT...
Fletcher saved $300 on her office away from the office. Radio Shack's revolutionary Model 100 computer. It's a word processor, phone directory, and dialer. It even communicates with the office computer.
It's like Fletcher, a phone, it's like a tablet.
Fletcher.
I mean, smartphone.
Radio Shack's Model 100. Save $300 and put it to work.
It's like tablets.
You'll go far, Fletcher. You'll go far.
I mean, it's even more expensive for them. Didn't they get paid less money before?
Digital audio. Compact digital discs replace records, and lasers replace needles in Technique's compact disc players. To give you the music experience conventional stereo never could. Reality. Digital audio from Techniques.
Buy a Techniques compact disc player and get a CD starter kit including 3 free...
Adventure is on the horizon. Stanley's going buggy. Mario Brothers have their
There's a Mario. Damn, he looked awful before. What is this ad for?
Nintendo Game & Watch. That's
Nintendo, okay, of course.
Widescreen or multi-screen games you can play indoors or out. They tell you the score.
Is this a Nintendo 3DS in that store?
Game & Watch, 14 in all, only from Nintendo.
Now I want to watch an old news article. You know, the lady disappeared for 1 second.
Challenging. You need this combat control panel to play it.
New
Take command
the
of the Starship
Adorno thingy.
Enterprise as you battle your way through unknown sectors. Blast Klingons. Raise your shields.
This is so
Watch for
dreamcore.
space mines. Is this the most challenging game in the galaxy?
It's inhuman.
Star Trek.
Star
From
Trek.
Sega.
Wait, Star Trek is this old?
Say, a funny thing happened when I started to play Congo Bongo. Hey,
Oh my
these
god,
nuts are
new video
crazy.
game just dropped.
Who are these guys? Hey, fellas, let's not get carried away. Oh, no!
It's like nowadays
Maybe I'll go for a
trailers.
swim. On second thought,
Imagine people
maybe I'll
being
go for a
excited
walk.
looking at this. Oh my god, mom, can you buy me the new gorilla donkey? Is it King Kong?
Congo Bongo.
No, it's not King Kong.
It lasts
What the
a
heck is
long,
Congo
long
Bongo?
time.
I thought it was King Kong.
Captain, an Earthling ship is attacking.
Send
out the saucer. Too late, Captain. He shot them down.
Dispatch the hopping droids.
It's no use, Captain.
Bongo Bongo got killed so that they could replace him with King Kong.
Buck Rogers, planet of
It just gives me Power Ranger vibes. The villains in Power Rangers look like this all the time. They had some weird looking masks.
More than a brand, a standard that others try to reach.
Why is this so loud all of a sudden?
A tradition of excellence with exacting values in design and engineering.
This is how they imagine the future with lasers.
Sony. It's a Sony.
Oh my god, it's a Sony.
Companies are selecting the best feature of the Atari XE game system. The system with the power to play computer games. Gentlemen, your decision? One at a time, please.
Atari.
Load Runner has 150 levels. High-tech animation is
It's a Sony.
Sound effects are a must for summer games. The XE practically sings.
I can't hear anything now. Oh my god, what a joke. Like, who made this video? Can you not balance the sound?
Great graphics on hardball. So what's a great game system for playing your computer games?
Like, equalize them all? For publishing? It's crazy. Come on.
The 1980s was a great decade to be alive in. Technology was starting to take us in a direction that many of us couldn't quite see. But life was pretty simple. We were just busy living our lives and trying to keep up with the latest trends.
Back when people
As
didn't have the
time has
internet.
passed, it's easy to forget about some of the
smartphones.
things that we love. In this video,
How
we
did
will
we
have a
spend
look
our
back
time?
at some of the forgotten items from 1980s homes. Most people today get their favorite recipes on the internet through various websites, but if you're old enough, then I'm sure you can remember a time when that wasn't always the case.
That's always
Many
ketchup.
households used to have cookbooks, and Betty Crocker was probably the most popular
I
one.
don't remember the.
But a
Of
lot
course
of
I
people
do.
stored the recipes of their
Back in my
most
days.
cherished dishes in little decorated wooden boxes. Usually these were the family recipes that had been passed down for generations, and they were written on little index
That
cards.
is so cute though.
There's no doubt that a lot of these online
box of
sources
the
are probably pulling from someone's
That's how they
recipe
spend their
box.
time. They spend their time looking for that recipe for
Many
like 2
households
hours
today may
before
not even
starting.
have a clock on the wall thanks to how prevalent
Bro.
cell phones are. But in the
Supposed to
80s,
find out.
every household had at least one clock to look at. There were all sorts of clocks that adorned the walls and shelves, but one of the more popular ones that could be seen were the dome clocks.
That is so
These
cute.
often gold timepieces had little balls that would spin back and forth at the bottom, and they were quite mesmerizing. These clocks were really fancy looking, and we could spend hours
Yeah, but
just
this is not
staring at
forgotten.
them.
We still use clocks.
You can still buy these today, but they are not as popular
the
as they were in the 80s.
Come on. Projectors.
Slide
no,
projectors
we
were
still use
something that
projectors.
many households had.
What
Really,
are
they
you
were
talking
just sort of a
about?
holdover from previous decades, but they were still just as popular in the 80s. Projectors became a lot less popular in the 1990s when computers and digital frames came in.
Now everything is
I'm
flat and
sure we all
boring.
got suckered into viewing a friend
But
or
why are they
family
talking
member's
about let's say
slideshow
use
that was from their
projectors?
vacation. We kind of
they
had to
sit in
suffer
the
through
work?
it because later on we were going to make them sit through ours. Even if you did not have a projector in your household, then I bet you ran
What are
into
they
one at
yapping
school or
about?
work. I'm sure that kids today would not understand why we had them, but they really were pretty exciting.
I'm more quiet.
Remember when
videos.
toilet paper came in different colors? This was really popular in the
Really?
70s and 80s, but it is definitely not something that you see
Wait, we
anymore.
have pink toilet
Back
paper.
then, toilet paper came in blue, green,
This is not
yellow,
forgotten
pink, and
items.
some
This
even
video
had...
sucks.
Another item that we used to see in bathrooms of many homes were the knitted toilet roll covers.
What?
These were usually dolls that had a
covered
knitted
it with
dress which would cover a roll
dolls?
of toilet paper.
Why?
Why did we do that? I'm not sure, other than just because we could. Surely it was not because we wanted to hide the colored toilet paper. Something
White or
else that
purple?
became
We have
popular
white
in the
and
80s
pink in
was
here.
the
We still
Glade
can buy
Spin
them.
Fresh, and it started
White, of
appearing in
course.
bathrooms everywhere
This is
beginning
not
in
forgotten. He's
1983.
stupid. Like, what kind of video is this?
In
Huh,
that
this is
decade, we all...
cool. I mean,
Cassette
forgotten
tape
because we
cabinets
don't
were
use
something
audio
that
cassettes
everyone had in
anymore.
the 80s. In that decade, we all had a lot of cassette tapes and VHS tapes.
But
Both
it's
of
like
those items took up a lot of
collecting
space,
video games,
and
like
these little storage cabinets were a great
it's
way
like
to organize our
collecting boxes
collection
of
so that we could show
console
it
video
all off
games.
to our friends and family.
But no, but they're smaller.
Do you
Like
remember these
PlayStation and
little
Xbox.
tables that would fit underneath each other like Russian dolls? They were the perfect space-saving item for any living room, and if you happen to have company or need an extra table, then boom, it's right there. Kids also loved these because they could pull them out during Saturday morning cartoons and consume their favorite sugary cereals on top. The 1980s was all about collecting things, and this style of shelf was used to display all of your miniature items that you had accumulated.
collect goodies at
People filled them with whatever they were interested in, and it also made
This is
gift
ugly
giving
though.
easy. Just buy something small for someone, and then the next time you came over, you could
This
see
is
it on this
cute. It's
shelf.
like miniature food.
Another collectible item that was in many homes were the frosted glass animals. They could be anything from hummingbirds to cats and everything in between.
He's talking
Seemed like
about
people
these
just
like
couldn't get
everyone
enough
had
of
them.
them.
Decorative what? People had
Decorative
them like
geese was
everyone?
something else
Is this
that flew
common?
into 80s homes. Many people had goose
I
plates,
was expecting
glasses,
something like more
pictures,
specific and
figurines,
useful,
and so
no
much more.
random
All of this seemed to be in the
bullshit.
same sort of style.
Decorative cheese.
White geese with ribbons and blue accenting it.
Cheese?
Or the blue
Blue,
willow
wait,
pottery
people
ones.
still have these. What is
This
he
style
talking
could
about? I
be
hate
on
this video so
80s,
much.
then you probably saw some sort of cartoon bedspread. There were many different kinds to choose from, but some of the more popular ones were Care Bears, G.I. Joe, Rainbow Bright, Transformers, Strawberry Shortcake,
Oh
and
yeah, I
He-Man.
remember this cartoon.
If the kids were really lucky, then they probably had
And some
sheets and
stupid
curtains
love
to match.
bears thingy.
Coffee has always been something that people have enjoyed, but
Sounds
today
like
it is
AI.
much different. Many people have Keurigs or order their
Do you
coffee
mean the
from
voice or
places
the
like
script?
Starbucks. But in the 80s, we had big, bulky coffee makers in the
Like
kitchen
the
that had
voice is
clocks on them.
human.
People would prepare the coffee maker the night before so that it would automatically make it and have it ready to drink in the morning. If it was a really expensive model, then it would have a radio on it. And when we say coffee, we mean a whole pot of coffee, not just a single cup. Something else that was popular in the 80s were the black and white TVs. Most
Sit,
of
bro,
them
I'm
were
done. That's it. Black and white TV, no. Obsolete car features, no. Tragic stories, no. Maybe this is better.
Anyone who ever lived in the 80s can tell you it wasn't only a different decade, but it was a
YouTuber.
different century. MTV.
Oh yeah, maybe fashion is interesting.
If you were rocking the skier back in the day, then consider yourself
No,
totally rad.
fashion is even worse. Look at the Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah, I got my hair done.
Welcome to Ms. Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks
Oh,
for
no,
the
it's
top
Ms.
10
Mojo.
decade-defining fashion trends of the 1980s.
Oh no, it's not safe for
You guys
work.
know anything from the 20th century?
For this list, we're taking our souped-up DeLorean back in time to the excessive 1980s in order to recall all of the wild and wacky fashions which most resonated with the public during this decade. Clothes, hairstyles, and accessories will all be considered, just so long as they echo pleasant, or maybe not so pleasant, memories of this visually unique period in time.
I was pretty. My mother told me so.
Number 10. Scrunchies.
Veronica, finally.
Hair accessories were all the rage during the 1980s, with very few.
Yeah, no. I'm already done. Hi, Shiro. Oh my god, long time no see you. How are you? This is not
Life
what I
in the
was looking for. I was
1970s was
expecting
much
something
simpler than it is today. We weren't constantly
they
bombarded
actually
with
use that
technology
I
that
don't
seems to
know.
engulf every person we encounter.
And they don't
Socializing
use
meant
anymore,
going out for a
but
night on the town or
is
even having
bullshit.
people over for a gathering.
it's the
If
same
you think back to
YouTuber.
the 19th brick, this could be around a fireplace or just a plain wall. TVs are a common sight in living rooms of today, but
AI
in the
videos.
1970s they were a staple in the decorating. They
It's
weren't
like a
flat and hung on the
PowerPoint.
wall like today.
Random pictures
These were
and
basically
very
wooden
obvious
pieces of
objects. I mean, who
furniture that
doesn't
your
have a
living room
TV?
was
Come on.
arranged around. These were often made from
And
scratchy
who cares
wool, so
about
they weren't the best.
patchwork and
You can't hardly
ugly
mention the
bag
Fringe
and
was all over the
ugly
place in the 70s. It was on
fringe?
vests and it was even a hairstyle, but it could also be found in many homes. There are several
We
things
still
that can be
have
found in
these.
Breckford. Chrome was on every car in the 1970s, but it also
What is
found its
chrome?
way into the home.
Is it
Chrome
the
accents could be
silver
found on
colored
kitchen chair
thingy?
legs,
Green?
coffee tables, appliances, and even lamps. A little bit of shine was perfectly
Pyrex
fine.
dishes? We still
Pyrex
use
dishes are still
Pyrex
available
dishes.
today, but they are really just plain and clear when compared to the 70s. Back
It's
then,
really
you
shiny
were proud to
silver.
display your casserole dish. No
So we don't
kitchen
use it
seemed
anymore?
complete without the glass pendant lights. Final
Damn,
tablecloths.
that's ugly.
If you really wanted to long before we had Keurigs,
Oh
people,
my god, I'm done.
anyone
I think I'm done. It might be as well. Ending. Weird.
The 1980s was a great decade to be alive in. Technology was starting to take us in a direction that many of us couldn't quite
I'm
see.
annoyed by how they're not
But
teaching
life was pretty
anything.
simple.
Did they
We were
even
just
try to
busy
look
living
for
our lives
actual
and trying to keep up with the latest
interesting
trends.
items that
As
we don't
time
use
has
anymore?
passed, it's easy to forget about some of the things that we love.
But every
In
time,
this video, we
everything
will
they're
have a look back
mentioning,
at some of the
I knew
forgotten
about
items
already.
from 1980s homes.
Scissors, it's an X.
Most people today get their favorite recipes on the
Human
internet through various
experiments. I don't want
websites,
to
but
watch
if
that
you're
on
old
Twitch,
enough,
so
then I'm
risky.
sure you can remember a time when that wasn't always the case.
Memories, 90s,
Many
70s.
households used to have cookbooks,
Scams
and
ever
Betty Crocker was
broadcast on TV? Maybe this is interesting.
It's no
Scams?
secret, a lot of what we see on the television or internet is false. But the FTC still tries to keep TV programs and advertisements from lying to viewers in the first place.
Yeah, but I know about floppy
sometimes
disks.
scams can slip through their fingers or go unnoticed.
That's what I was
and
looking
then
for.
we
I
can
was
get
looking for
TV
something new I
deception
never
on a
heard about.
massive scale, broadcast to everyone. Unfortunately, these scams can really hurt people. Or they can just be a nuisance that lightens our wallets.
Mind and
Sometimes
spirit.
broadcasts have even gotten hijacked and we've gotten some really creepy novelties. I think it's an interesting subject and worth a look. So
Can you
let's take a
skip
look at
the
the
intro?
work again. And starting with number 10, the 1-900 number scams. These 1-900 ads were just unbelievable. Most of these 1-900 calls were $2 a minute, which would be nearly $5 a minute nowadays. That's very
I say my color, my Wikipedia ruined anything. It tends to be informative. I'ma open a new tab with it. kinda interested in this one.
Costly when most of the time someone was just telling you a load of bull crap, and some of the junk they came up with was more than outright scams. Some of it was so stupid it was barely comprehensible. Take this service for example.
Cute little dog you've got there. But hold on, in a previous life he could have been George Washington.
Oh no.
Nice cat. Perhaps Annie Oakley? And look at him, why it's Napoleon.
They say over 18 only. What adult is honestly going to call this number?
Just show me the app. Stop
Let's call
interrupting.
and find out who my cat's shadow was.
Look, don't
Okay,
call
so
the
people
number,
used to
you two.
call
I'm
to
sure it was the
know who
Prince
their
of
pet
Wales.
was.
It's probably not even active anymore. Let me show you.
He interrupts
Hello?
too much.
Have you been a naughty boy?
Oh my god.
Well, I haven't really been naughty. I think I've been pretty well behaved overall.
What would you do to me?
Well, you don't have to do anything to me. You could tell me about yourself. We could go to lunch. Hey, wait a minute.
Gotcha.
This 1-900 service was a real issue at the time because a lot of these TV ads were targeted towards kids. Some definitely not, but a lot were. Nowadays, of course, there's more regulations that prohibit these lines from advertising to children. But back in the 90s, kids could rack up big charges to their parents' phones.
Like they would broadcast them between
All to
cartoons.
talk to whatever puppet or crazy person was on the other end. In one Simpsons episode, we even seen Lisa rack up a huge debt on the Corey hotline, which was actually a real number in the 80s that you could call. I don't get the appeal personally, but if there had been a number saying I could call Britney Spears when I was 12, I would have called it. Britney Spears was my crush. But even all that aside, some ads just didn't make sense. Like, can you make sense of this ad here?
Tell me you can call Gozo?
Perfect.
Now, am I meant to call or are women meant to call? I honestly can't tell. What does Girl Perfect mean? The advertisement's certainly not going to tell me. Am I going to meet Girl Perfect, or are they going to give me fashion tips on how to look Girl Perfect? I honestly can't tell. Long before online dating, they even had 1-900 ads for singles. If these were also an expensive scam is honestly hard to tell. Did these phone ads really bring men and women together for dates? Personally, I've never met a couple who met through these 1-900 single services, but maybe they're out there. But what was the very first 1-900 number in 1977?
Do they still
Why,
do
that was
these?
the
People
Ask
still call
President
these
Carter
numbers?
program. That's correct. The very first one of these numbers puts you on the phone to the
thank
39th
you,
President of the
Lindor.
United States. You know, in case you had any
Girl,
questions for
perfect.
him.
No,
And
no.
honestly, respects for doing that, sir.
I
How did a
need
number where
tips
you literally
to be
talk to the
girl
president
perfect.
turn into such a
I'm gonna
scamming,
call.
fraudulent waste of cash? I don't know. Man, what do we got for number 9? The Who Wants to Be a Millionaire coughing cheat. And just a reminder, this isn't an attack on any individual or person. Many
Wait.
years have passed since this, and I wish the
Wants
best
to Be a
of health
Millionaire is
to
a
anyone
scam?
involved. But game
People don't
shows have
win or
never
have
seen
money?
cheating quite as famous, or possibly obvious, as this one. Why don't you try your hand at the $1 million question?
Just show me the freaking skid, bro.
A number 1 followed by 100
Why
zeros
is he
is known
interrupting
by
every
what
2
name?
seconds? Just
Is
show
it
me the
A,
clip.
Google, B, Megatron, C, Gigabit, or D, Nanomole? If you answered
number 1 from
Nanomole, I
Google.
appreciate you trolling the question. It's pretty
What?
obvious, isn't it? Because nowadays, this is an easy question. I mean, hell, if you saw Back to the Future 3 in the 90s, it was an easy question. For many, that $1 million would have been in the bag. However, for Charles, just like many questions before it, he stumbled. I probably would have stumbled even more, but, you know, he struggled. However, there
trying
was
to make the
one
video
last-minute
longer
plan
so
in
bad.
place to
I'm gonna
cheat the
skip.
way to $1 million. Before Charles, there had only ever been 2 people that had won the top prize. Regarding this, a former floor manager named Phil said,
Even the cleverest people could only get small wins. It only takes one thing you don't know about and you're done. It's very unusual to actually win a big prize.
by the first night, our buddy Charles had established clearly that
Oh
his
my
win
God.
was definitely unusual. He wouldn't admit it after, but even the host was looking a bit dubious.
Why did you think it was Switzerland?
I'm sure it had made in Switzerland or something written on it.
So it's the wife that was
Swiss made.
scoffing?
Following the
Or
first
was it
night on the
the
show,
announcer?
it was clear his general knowledge was abysmal, just as mine would have been.
I really haven't got a Scoobies.
Never heard of it.
And by the end of the first night on the show, he'd already used 2 out of his 3 lifelines. That night, his wife and his friend Tequan developed a plan. It was simple. Tequan was going to answer the questions for him. But how? Yeah, exactly, Boo. Tequan was going to cough on the right answer. When a question was asked, Charles would futz around with his answer, waiting for the coded
Then why didn't they
cough
send the
from
other dude
Tequan
since he's
pointing to the
better?
correct answer.
Sure it's a hat. Am I sure?
And by the end of the show, it seemed to have worked. It seemed they got away with it. Charles was crowned a millionaire, but he and his wife's glory was short-lived. Because even during the show, behind the scenes, alarm bells were ringing. The whole time, his wife and Tequan were being monitored by audio and video equipment, but they didn't necessarily know it. And yeah, when you think about it, during a game show, how many coughs is considered reasonable before you consider the person either has a drastic illness or is cheating? And following a thorough investigation, the $1 million check was cancelled and the 3 were found guilty of conspiring to cheat the show. People were shunned and vilified in the public after this, and honestly, guilty or not, I felt that was sad. After this, the 3 had to step out of the limelight as they were continually vilified in public, and Tequan was forced to resign as a major in the army. Honestly, I want to tell you,
Tom Strider's it seem no. Cannot watch this dude. I cannot watch this dude. Scammer panic after tell them real names. Deleted scene, rent a hitman. What? You can? I mean what? And the constantly social media. Hated junk food. Oh, I have an idea of what we can watch. The biggest scams. Old electronic ads. Buy books. Vintage technology commercials. Oh, maybe this is interesting.
Amazon.
Shut up. Anuk Adiwan covers Snake Eater. Want me to watch that?
There's automatic sleep control in every bed, and a
Can't hear what you're saying.
cooked by infrared.
Okay, we like what you say, Mr. Tower Man. Take us that way.
I can't see the logo. I can't see what they're showing, what they're selling. What did they sell?
RCA Victor.
What was the ad for?
RCA Victor Personal TV. Lighten up to take anywhere.
Wonderful. What's
You could
that?
take your
80
personal
detachable
TV
stand.
with you.
Tilts for easy viewing.
How's the picture?
Sharp, clear. It's RCA Victor
Technology,
picture quality.
smartphone,
Where's the antenna?
tablet.
It's hiding here. And there's even a connection for an outside antenna if needed.
Antennas.
Make RCA Victor's new personal TV your very own set. Keep it in your bedroom.
Oh, you can
Watch the
TV
shows
while you're
you want to
making
see.
your hair.
Or use it in your office. Watch
Variable
important
line.
newscasts, ball games,
Like it's huge.
in
I
your
see
kitchen,
about.
anywhere in your
cool.
home.
The outstanding feature
Can the TV
of
run
this great
League?
new color set,
Yeah, not even my
the one
TV
big
can run
feature
League,
that sets
but
it apart, is an amazing new wireless wizard electronic remote control. So
is that
perfect
the remote control?
you can operate every control,
But that's
all
huge.
7 functions, and each function is completely
I thought it was
variable.
the portable TV.
Tint, color,
You can kill someone if you
brightness,
hit them in the head with this.
volume, fine tuning, channel selection, on off.
You're looking at the underside of a television set. And every one of those coils and condensers, the resistors and transformers in that maze of wire is essential to the reception of either picture
Yeah.
or sound.
I mean, yeah, of course
In
it's
the
better
next
the
half
phone.
century, people will see as well
It
as
was
hear around
innovative.
the world. Pocket-sized radio instruments will enable
You
individuals
can't hear, I
to
have no idea what I'm
communicate
saying.
with anyone, anywhere. Newspapers, magazines, mail, and messages will be sent through the air at lightning speed.
through the
Keeping in
air.
touch by means of the
Was it the
amazing new
Wi-Fi?
Bell Boy is the Bell System's answer today for doctors, salesmen, delivery men, or anyone who must be available at all times in the fast-paced world of Century 21.
Is that a
When
phone?
someone calls and you are out, you can be reached by dialing your Bell Boy code number.
Wait, I don't get it. Oh, what is that? It's an alarm?
When you get a signal on the Bell Boy, you can go to a phone to call your office or home and get the message.
Wait, how do you know? How do you know who called?
Fingertip
Wait. No, explain that again. Call your office or home? So you don't know who called, you just have to call everyone and ask. What's the point? Yeah, by the time someone is dying, it's already dead.
This video
Yeah, but you don't know
console
who
will be
called.
channeled into the store of her choice. There, a camera will scan a display of wares, which she will select.
And didn't you
by
give your
push button.
number to 10 patients that you have by the time you call them all? Is it you who paid? No.
Imagine, if you can, an electronic
Is it
brain
you? No.
operating at millionth of a second speeds. I say brain because the new electronic central office will almost think for itself.
Univac, the giant electronic brain made only by Remington Rand, takes business statistics from magnetic
Giant
tape, letters,
brain.
numbers, and punctuation marks, processing them through its electronic circuits at phenomenal speeds. Univac can compute payrolls electronically, then produce printed checks
It's
in a
like
flash.
the modern
Over
PC.
8,000 checks an hour with this high-speed printer. Univac leads the field of
Oh, it's a
electronic
printer, never
computing.
mind.
He stored the two photographic images in the central home computer, which is secretary, librarian, banker, teacher, medical technician, bridge partner, and all-around servant in this house of tomorrow. All pertinent information about this family, its records, its tastes, and reference material, is stored in these
It's
memory
cookies.
banks, available instantly to every member of the family.
As we look to the future, we see many extras for tomorrow's telephone users. One day, you may be able to call home and automatically turn off the oven.
Really?
Or, from a public telephone a couple of 100 miles away, turn on your home air conditioner and have the house
Why
nice
do you
and
do
cool
that?
when you return from your hot trip. It may even be possible
okay.
to call and water the lawn during that dry spell when you are many miles away on vacation.
It's like Amazon Home thingy and Alexa, right?
The future of science.
Do they do that? I don't have them, so I don't know
We
if they
know that
will.
as long as men are free
Oh yeah,
to ask
Google
what
Home,
they
no
will,
Amazon Home.
free to say what they think, free to think what they must, science will never regress, and freedom itself will never be wholly lost.
That was deep. And that was deeper because he smoked on the cigarette. I had no idea what he was talking about until he did that. Hi Perpetual, how are you? Interesting. Step saving kitten? What is a step saving kitten? This is so loud! It's a step saving kitten. Demonstrating a U-shaped kitchen developed by housing staff of the Bureau of Human Nutrition and Home Economics. A step saving? Do you mean saving steps so you don't have to take steps? Back in the 1990s.
These plans were developed for people just like
People
you.
are so much more optimistic
People who are
about
interested in
science.
having the very latest ideas in design that will help them cut down
Yeah,
on the time
they-
and
I
the
guess
effort
they-
that must be spent in doing kitchen work.
I don't
Since you
know,
folks
they
have an
were
old-fashioned kitchen,
more excited
you
about the
know
future or
the amount of
something,
stooping
no?
and reaching that must be done, and the running from one corner of the kitchen to the other. During
Everything,
the last few years,
even
our
something as
bureau
small
and
like
the
this was
land-grant colleges
cool for
have
them.
received hundreds of requests from farm homemakers asking for suggestions that would help them do their kitchen work faster
Okay,
and more
Professor,
easily.
have a good night.
That's why we've developed this kitchen.
Well, just how did you go about developing the design for this U-kitchen?
Show me
We
the
based
kitchen.
Different kitchen jobs have been studied to determine the most comfortable working height for each. To obtain different heights in our kitchen, we use pull-out boards. We design revolving corner cupboards to make the greatest use
personal
of available
info.
space. These bring things out in the open,
Well, we have
so
these
they're
now.
easily seen and reached. Models for many features were made and experimented with. Some were used, some discarded.
Is that a string? Oh, so it doesn't fall.
Good
Yeah, but
lighting
the
is
drawer is
important in
super
the kitchen.
small.
To obtain this, we developed a design for a homemade fixture, which would enable the farmer to use modern
I don't
lighting
understand
at minimum
Japanese.
cost. A shallow wooden trough in which we mounted 4 40-watt fluorescent tubes was hung 8 inches from the ceiling,
And
above
they're
the
actually
work
going to
centers.
explain everything, every step
And finally,
they
our kitchen began to take form.
went through to make the
The units
kitchen.
for each activity were put together to secure an orderly
It looks so
sequence
cute.
of work. We planned this kitchen to take care of the preparation of food, eating, clearing, and some food preservation.
I think they're super small though. Ding.
As a convenient place for the
Of
telephone
course, it's a woman.
and for making out menus and market orders, we also included a planning center. The planning desk is actually a drop-leaf
She's like
table
the
on
secretary of
casters,
herself.
which can become a tea cart or an extra work or dining table. By
This is
placing
where
a
she
large
works.
picture
It's
window
her
across
house.
the end of the
Her
kitchen,
office.
we gained the benefit of natural light over all work surfaces. Since most women prefer to work from right to left, we placed the
Cool.
mixing center in the right leg of the U, between the
Really?
refrigerator and the sink center.
I didn't know that.
In the mixing center, as in all other work
Oh.
areas, we planned storage facilities to take care of all of the supplies and the equipment used in that center.
Studying that. On left, on right, left. What? I want to see the study that did that. I mean, that came up with that conclusion.
These revolving corner shelves make it possible to store the heavy and frequently used foods near working level. They are roomy enough to hold all of the
Yes,
staple
thank you.
supplies used here.
Thank you, Professor.
Just below counter level, shallow drawers give handy access to small equipment used in the mixing center. Even in the best of kitchens, one will have to stoop sometimes. Store here only things used occasionally, like picnic supplies, extra large
Yeah,
baking
it's like we're
utensils,
all
and
the
odds and
same. We
ends.
work all the same way.
See how easy it is to get at what you want. We designed the smaller top shelf for
Crazy.
long-handled pans to allow full use of the shelf space below. Space
hate
ordinarily
cooking so
wasted
much now.
is utilized to advantage by these built-in bins for flour and sugar.
But
Another
this is cool
advantage
though, no,
is
but you
that they
have-
eliminate canisters,
you have bulbs
which take up
entering.
counter surface.
Nice to open it and to
Behind the
close it.
door, a container holding 40 pounds of flour feeds into the smaller bin below.
Yeah, I don't like to put the flour inside a drawer like that.
Top shelf space is used to good advantage by vertical files for baking pans.
You playing Outlast? Isn't it too
This
scary?
does away with stacking and with stooping or excessive reaching. This
Just
mixing
moved now,
center,
it's not-
like the other centers in our
You think about
kitchen,
that?
embodies all the principles of good
I'm not
planning.
like other women.
Thus it has plenty of work surface at comfortable heights, well lighted by natural and artificial lighting, with everything needed stored within easy reach.
Cups are full of proteins, you know?
For sitting at work, this pull-out board at lap level, 26 inches above the floor, gives a good working height.
26 inches above the floor!
It permits a woman to sit comfortably in an ordinary kitchen chair with a good backrest, her feet flat on the floor, while she's working at long and tedious jobs.
But I'm smaller. I'll be smaller. My feet don't touch the floor.
To supply
They
additional
have
work
to
surface
rethink the
in food
kitchen for me, a
preservation,
small
the
woman.
table from the planning center can be easily rolled over
How many
and placed next
canisters
to the
take
pull-out
up
board.
counter space without cupboards? There's a canisters don't take up counter space? Yeah, but they're not thinking for all... No, this is for all women. You don't understand. It's a woman-proof.
To the left of the mixing counter is the vegetable preparation and
And you know that
dishwashing
women have
center.
small brains, so we don't think so much, Amanda.
With knife rack and utensil cupboard at the right,
You don't understand, man.
vegetables in front of her, and sink at the left. This
Oh.
worker has a step-saving setup
You,
for
one
preparing
of those
vegetables.
people that work from left to right. How
A
disgusting.
garbage hatch in the counter eliminates stooping and avoids repeated handling of garbage.
This is smart. I also want a hole in my counter.
The pail in the
to
metal line compartment
put garbage
below
in
can be removed for emptying from the outside through an insulated door in the wall.
it. This is not bad.
All bins and the compartments
Wrote
into
that
which they
training
fit
video.
are designed for
Something
easy
like
cleaning.
that. It's for training women, especially those working from right to left. Am I cute? I don't know. You have to ask King. Why am I cute, King? Adjustable chair. Wait, I didn't see that. Never mind. Wait, this is the 60s. Oh my god, I didn't see that. It's actually
In the cooking and serving
49.
center are all of the supplies and equipment used at the range.
Oh my bad, it's because
Right
old
above the
men were
range
doing war.
are bins built
don't
into the
have time
wall
to cook, I
for
guess, or
food such as
something.
cereals that go directly into boiling water, and also for seasonings that
Oh
are used
what? What if I want to put the flour inside the tea and the salt? I'm gonna throw my husband and put the salt inside the... Oh no, the sugar inside... No, the salt inside the sugar one. I'm gonna drink his coffee extra salty.
Notice how these doors fold back, safely out of the way.
And then I'm gonna put the coffee inside the tea one.
Serving dishes and range utensils are close at hand. The serving counter next to the range is convenient to the dish cupboards. Sliding doors back of this counter and cupboard give access from the dining room side.
Oh wait, why did they put it inside? It's yummy. I want some potatoes.
In the dishwashing center,
Can't see what
dishes
that
are
is
scraped directly into the garbage hatch and
They
stacked
had
ready for washing.
dishwashers?
A double bowl
No, they
sink
didn't. Wait, I
provides
heard
for both
dishwasher.
washing and draining. The one on the right is shallow, about 5 inches deep, making for a comfortable height for dishwashing. The drainer hangs across the deeper bowl, with room at the side for emptying liquids. This bowl, because of its depth, 8 inches, is also satisfactory for washing large quantities of fruits and vegetables.
Hey, isn't she...
Just back of the faucets is a cupboard for storing soaps and cleaning supplies.
Wait,
Extra
isn't she,
supplies and a
rinsing
handy
down?
waste paper basket are kept under the sink.
Dude, you could have flattened that box. It took the whole
After they're
space. Now
scalded
it's
and
full.
dried, silver, glass, and dishes are stored in adjoining
They're still
cupboards.
soapy, woman. What are you doing? Please rinse them with water. Oh my god.
Here's a handy rack for drying dish towels.
not bad.
Out of the way of meal preparation is this storage closet. Besides cleaning equipment, it
Oh
has
yeah,
a
her
rack for
clothes
first
so
aid
she can
supplies,
enter day.
convenient for emergencies. The upper section is
Hard-working
reserved
day.
for a few jars of canned foods, saving trips to the food storage room.
Oh, she goes to
This
sleep under the
serving
table.
counter, adjacent to the range, is convenient
Oh my
to
God,
both
so
the dining
creative.
room and the kitchen dining table.
People didn't rinse the soap of dishes?
This attractive
Wait,
dining
really?
space
Oh,
has been
there is a
planned to
man.
be
There was also
compact,
kids.
but not cramped. It gives ample room for a table that can be extended to seat 6 comfortably.
Why do you put 6 people? This is not comfortable.
A
What are
ledge
you
under
talking
the
about?
large picture window is wide enough
mean,
to hold the
it's
electrical
kinda crowded.
equipment used at the table.
Especially when the kids become
Shelves
big.
below give
You can
convenient
grow
storage
up. Come on. Ha ha ha, this is so funny.
In this kitchen that has made her task of food preparation so much lighter, the housewife can share her family's enjoyment at
Housewife.
mealtime.
Wait, what? Working drawings of this kitchen are available through the Regional Plan Exchange Service Consulting Agricultural Engineer. Okay. The end. Why they have the end as if it was some old cartoon movie? That was interesting. That was interesting. We need to watch more National US Archives. But not now, I have to go. I'm tired. The end. Soap dries. Isn't it water that dries, but soap particles will stay on. I mean, there are residues on the dishes. You have to rinse away. Back when new kitchens like this cost 4 walnuts, how much is walnuts? Now cost 10K. Yeah, I mean, it depends on what kind of kitchen you want. Yeah, find something good for 3K maybe. Or you can craft it yourself and put it together. Then it looks bad. Yeah. Yeah, that was cool, but I'm pretty sure you can find good advertisements for modern kitchens too. This was like a showcase. It wasn't. I didn't feel like they were trying to sell it to me, but if you watch advertisements now, like they're trying to force you to buy it. They're all very short. There is nothing long like this.
Hey! We know more and more people are moving to cities and living in small apartments, so we challenged ourselves to make a bedroom as small as possible for a young couple renting their space. Of course, the bedroom needs to have room for sleeping, relaxing, getting dressed, and tons of storage. The challenge is to think differently. We started by making a multifunctional bed.
Share with her, she'll stop
We built the
screaming.
base using metold kitchen cabinets for big time under the bed storage. We left this space for movable storage. We screwed wheels on an
It's not
Avar
kitchen,
shelf,
it's a
so
bedroom,
some
we
things
cannot
can be hidden,
compare.
but still easy to access. Because this couple rents, we tried not to drill any holes. But they
Pizza
can still
makes
show their
everyone happy,
personalities
she'll be
with
happy to
textiles and by
understand.
taping up their favorite things.
No,
Here,
don't
we made a
stop
getting
in
ready
her
corner.
mouth, wait.
These mirrors attach with double stick tape and don't make holes either. Natural light helps make a room feel bigger, so we were careful not to block the window. We have lamps too, just not on the floor. What about hanging stuff? Here,
Minimalist
This is Japan's most
apartment.
extreme minimalist. He owns
This
less
is not
than
minimalist. I would pay
250
for
items
an
in
apartment
total
like
and
this.
takes
Come
pride
on.
in that.
Whoa, super strong. I would love a mini apartment like this, come on.
And today we're gonna spend
Oh,
the day
they don't
together,
mean
and
the
he's
square
gonna show us
meters,
what
they
it's like
mean
to be, well,
he's not gonna put
him.
many things inside, right? Great clothes. Yeah, I got the swag. It counts. That's crazy, I have too many, maybe I have 10k. Between clothes and goods collection. I like minimalist people. Yeah.
He said most of his items. I was expecting, I don't know about you guys, but I was expecting a completely full. Wow, it's empty.
いやまあ結構ありますね。ここは本当に物が多い場所です。はい。まあこれが枕、寝袋、仕事の撮影で使うカバン、機材とかが入っているもの。ここがまあ趣味のゲーム。
I can't see why do we have Japanese sounds.
入っていてコントロール。
Nintendo.
かな。ここは結構
He stores everything in small pouches.
はい。電池とか
So convenient.
自撮り棒とか、まあ GoPro たまに使うカメラとかが割とごちゃっと入ってるかも。はい。まああとは趣味のものがもう一個ここにカバンがあって、これがリュックなんですけど、実はこれです。
Did you say what's his job?
これが習い事で通ってる。
Is he a student?
ですね。まあスポーツチャンバラっていう剣術を習い事でやってて、もう本当に小学校6歳の時からやってるような趣味なんですけど、これって
You only have 250 items too? Photographer? Okay.
こんな感じで剣にお面が入ってますね。もうこれでスポーツできます。はい、これかぶってこれで振るっていう感じですね。で使い終わったら空気が抜けて、まあ、コンパクトになるので、まあ、結構日本だと剣術は剣道っていうのがまあ主流なんですけど、
He's just gonna showcase his 250 items for
コンパクトに
15
持
minutes.
ち運べるんで、ちょっとここミニマリストっぽいなと思って
It's a
ます
sword.
ね。ここはお手洗いです。まあトイレ。
Why is it yellow?
特に何も面白いものはない。玄関と、まあ、ここにも少し物があったりはするんですけど、その前
Show us how empty it is. Oh my god,
ま
that's
ず
super
エコ
cool.
バッグですね。こうペタッとマグネットで貼り付くようになってて、
Wait, what is that?
で、まあ、こう四角の状態から
His wallet?
ペタって
No, it's
開く
not.
と、これエコバッグですね。
Oh, it's something bad.
まあ、四角のエコバッグ。これ自分が服と一緒でデザイン監修してるレースジップ
Oh,
の
okay. So we can. Okay.
こんな感じで
Designed.
折り紙
So we can have a
小さく畳めて
black bag. It is black clothes.
買い物に行く時とかはこれ
That's a
を
bathroom. Wait, that makes me think I didn't see a shower. I didn't show the whole room. Wait, where's the shower? That's the toilet room. No, there's no shower here. Maybe it's this room. No, it's not.
入ってたり、印鑑と
Wait,
か
where's the shower?
あと消火器ですね。こういう白い消火器があるんですけど、まあ、ちょっと白いものが好きなので白い。本当は赤いん
Oh,
です
this
け
is
ど
in the kitchen sink.
はい、とか。
Oh, public. Oh my god, I
日
could
本は
never.
災害が多いので、こうパッと逃げれるように防災カバンですね。まあ、こうミニマルで筒状の。
Is that an
この
emergency
中
bag? What do you put
にラ
inside?
ジオとか雨具とか、まあ、小物が、まあ、逃げるために必要なものが全部実
Wait,
は入
how?
ってたりします。あとは、靴が2足ですね。今このスニーカ
How do you
ーと
put
こ
all
の
of
サ
that
ンダル
inside the
がある
tube?
ので、傘と筋トレのサポーター、手首に巻くやつとか、あとはこういうちょっとフレグランスとか防災用のお水とか、ここに全部、まあ、玄関で使うものを全部ここに固めてますね。で、こ
Where's
こ
he? I
が、ま
want to
あ
see his
水
clothes
回
now.
り
兼クローゼットになってますね。
there's the
ここ
shower.
にドラム式
Calm
洗
down,
濯
guys.
乾
No
燥
public
機を置
bath.
いて、でその上に
That's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
クローゼット
7, 8,
作って、
9.
自分の服
No,
オール
those
シーズン
are
で全10着
underwear.
をここに
8
毎日洗濯
pieces?
はできるので、基本2から3着ずつ同じものがあればローテーションできるっていう風に。 Maybe
Yes,
about a
Cappy,
year
there
or
is
so
no
ago, I
way.
showed my closet all black, all the same clothing, just to simplify things, mostly for shoots. And
Oh man.
people said I was like a
How
cartoon
do
character, but
men
it's not just me. 何を着るかで迷わなくていいから、こう
understandable
物だけじゃなくて、ことの方も
or
すっきりするっていうの
outfits?
で、こういう風に
Yeah, it's not comfortable. I don't know about that.
嫌いで生活感出る
Maybe
し、
he's
引
just
っ越しする
coping
と
with
き
being
かさばるし、
happy.
なんか
I
冬に
don't
な
want
ると
to
湿
judge
気
or
て
question
錆び
his
たりとかする
choices.
し、ない方が絶対すっきりして
I
おしゃれ
don't
だ
know,
な
man.
で、ただ
I can
カー
fix
テン
it.
なんて外から見えてプライバシ
He
ー
just needs the touch of
丸
a
見えになっちゃう
woman
から、
in his
自分
workplace,
でその目隠しシ
in
ート
his
っていう
home
ブラン
place,
ド
in
の
his
パックっていうのを自分で
yeah
買っ
living
て
space.
見えないように DIY してますね。ゲーム好きなんですよね。
I saw him the colors of life.
それはテレビゲームって言われるものだったりとか、トランプとか UNO
I
みたい
mean,
な
come
ボードゲームっ
on.
て言われる
He
もの、
deserves a normal
休みの
table
日
with
とかはそういうゲー
normal
ムしたり
chairs.
とか、あと漫画ですね。漫
I
画を読むのが
thought
好
it
き
would
だ
go
ったり
to
するん
those,
で、
of course.
ずっと
Gojo makes
電車
everyone
席で
happy.
スマホでパラパラめくって
But
漫画
obvious,
読んで、
he said that he does
僕
sports with the
ア
sword
ニメが
that
好き
he
なので、
inflated.
実はこ
The one you
の家
asked
に
for
プロジェクター
was...
があるんですけど、そこで
I don't
ア
know
ニメを
what
見
was
て
the name
鑑
of
賞
the
するんです。
sport, but it's like a... I forgot the
こ
name.
これも自分で
Oh yeah,
作っ
sports
た
with a
で、
sword.
はい。なんかカバン
And he's a photographer, so it's also his hobby. And Jonathan Dawson.
これパソコン、これ
It's a computer, it's so
ノ
small.
ートパソコンで開くとキーボードもあるし、これもついてるからゲームもできる Windows ノートパソコンです。
なんていうパソコン？
これと GPD Win Mini っていう、中国のメーカーなんですけど、実はなんか自分が使ってる MacBook とかより
It
も
would be so comfy,
CPU
so
処理速
cute
度
and
が速かった
cozy.
りして、こんな感じでゲームができたりしますね。こ
Yeah, but can you run League of Legends?
れで入れられるくらいちっちゃい。あと外に実はもう一個だけ
Swinging
ものがあって
inflatable sword. Bro, this is so mean. I'm literally a VTuber. I'm literally a VTuber. How about you 4 years old?
これです。
I collect figurines.
で
And I... what else?
これで
Nokia can? Oh my god, I need to buy one.
これで物運べるので、これで引っ越しま
It
した。
was Bad World.
これに洗濯機とか自分の持ち物を
Drawing is my
詰めてこの家に引っ越して
No, Gojo is my hobby.
その時
Drawing
に
is my job.
荷造りする時間がちょうど13分だったので、13分とこれで引っ越し
Being a VTuber is also cool.
なんかできるだけ業者使わない
If I made more by being a streamer and VTuber, doing silly things and doing absolutely nothing besides playing games and talking to, I don't know, 10K viewers,
新しい
and that would make a living, they would make a living out of it, I would not do art.
すいません、なんか今から少し
If you
物
thought
運び
I
たいん
was
ですが、ちょっとタクシー呼んでもらえますかみたいな
artist by choice.
引っ越したこともあるので、本当に引っ越したい時に好きなタイミングで引っ越せる。
I mean, I'd be an artist for myself, but not for commissioning. I would draw stuff for myself.
引っ越しが好きな理由はやっぱり引っ越しすることによってまた自分の持ち物を見直すことにな
I
る
would draw 89 and go to
物
the
が
whole
増えづ
day.
らい習慣として家よりも外にいる時間が長くて、で僕家に住む時も街を自分の家の間取りとして考えるっていうふうに考えてて、街と暮らすっていうような言い方もしたりするんですけど、これ以上何か必
See
要
the part where he was playing with the card?
もう必要なものは十分であるなと思うんです。
I was explaining
こ
myself.
の家の3分の1くらいの広さの家も住んだことあるし、ただ実際物少ないからそういう小さな家にも住めるんですけど、こんだけ大きい家に住んでるのはこのプロジェクターを大画面で映したいからっていう それだけのために。
Wow. It's
Well, I'm gonna say as
as
long as
somebody
he's
who owns
happy,
it,
no one's
it's a
done.
fun projector. This is not sponsored. It's not sales. It's just a good.
I can go to some
Shiba has
apartment
his
for his
own
projector.
YouTube channel,
He could live
and
in
I actually
1/3 the
found him
space.
through a video of this pop-in Aladdin.
It's not
at
even
his
taking
old
1/3 of
apartment.
no. It's not even taking. Oh my god, half of the wall.
理
Then
解
how
を
I
して
live
くれ
in
る
half of the space and
少ないか
you
な
would be still happy.
自分のこだわりを押し付けたりっていうのがなかなかできないそうするとトラブルになるから、まあ、なんか例えば同棲するとか家族を持つとか共同生活する時のパートナー探しとかはなんか大変なのかなとか、ただ僕は一人が好きだったりするから、まあ、別に理解されないならされないで、別に今一人で生活して
Okay, so he's not open for teens.
今後結婚して家族ができた時とかにどうなるのかなとかは。
Thank you. Shiba's channel is going to be linked down below. Make sure that you go check it out. Minimalism might still be a little out of my reach, but let me know what you think down below, and we will see you again real soon. I almost forgot, I have a present for Shibu. I thought long and hard of what would be the best gift to give a minimalist, and here we go.
It's gonna be nothing.
Hi.
Can you imagine if there's nothing inside the bag? Oh, come on.
はい。ありがとうございます。ゴミ袋に
No,
使います。
he's disappointed.
はい。
I got him dirty. I just know he was a little bit sad. Oh yeah. Oh wow, that was cool. I went over time. I'm gonna go. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Which is probably not tomorrow. So sometimes next week. I would assassinate my friend if they did me dirty like that. I would have been so sad. I would have shown a little frown. I would have pouted a little bit. Come on. What do you mean no gift? No surprise? Yeah, don't do me like that. Bye bye, chat. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye, Harophonics. And Potato and King and the Lurkers. Bye.